Welcome everybody to another episode of Banter with the Brothers. Missing one brother today, but still holding it down alongside me is the one, the only, Garfield Campbell. And I am Aaron Burrell.
Carl couldn't make it today. Apparently, he has a concussion. So, rest up, alright? No more head games, bro. Pause.
Yeah, why?
Pause. We got a special guest today, J Swag General.
Yes, sir.
Introduce yourself to the people and let them know what you do.
I'm J Swag General, your standard white, red-headed Irish Jewish Israeli rapper with a degree in finance who is captain of the high school golf team. What's up? Shalom, bitches.
Listen, the average, and you named a whole bunch of shit that ain't average.
All of that is not average.
For real.
Not everybody got a finance degree.
All right, yeah, let's start backtracking into your life story because we got to dig in this. Where'd you get your finance degree from? And what made you want it? Okay, UConn.
Okay,
so a Husky for life, right?
Yeah. I mean, Kevin Olive. Bye bye.
Yeah, they just fired him.
Did it, bro?
Yeah, about damn time, man. He came in, he won a championship with Calhoun's kids. And when his kids came in, it was terrible.
I mean, you won a championship, though.
Yeah.
You can never take that away from him.
Chelsea Clan?
Oh no, it took me a second for this. But all right, so what made you want a degree in finance?
My dad was in like real estate and stock market stuff, and I was like, you know what? If I want to have my own business, I'm gonna get something that so I can understand the cash flow and money. Cause that's business.
Yep.
That's true. You're lying. All right, you from Connecticut originally?
Yep. I was born and raised, well, at least since 3 in Fairfield, Branford originally.
Okay.
Then we moved to Fairfield when my parents got divorced, and somehow I'm from Fairfield.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you went to high school in Fairfield?
Yep, Fairfield Ward High School, captain of the golf team. What's up?
So you nice at golf.
I'm pretty good. Yeah, my brother's a lot better, but I'm, better than the average,
All right, so we got a golf outing.
Yeah, I definitely didn't take full advantage of business courses for the golfing that they
free golfing lessons.
Yeah, I never went.
Gotcha. Where most of the deals go down, right?
I never went.
Most deals go down on the golf courses. Is that what they say?
That's true. That's why my uncle taught my brother and I.
Okay, so you got the finance degree. You know how to golf. You rap. So
Yep.
when the majors come your way, you gonna take them on the course?
I'll take them to school on the course, but I'll try to mess up on purpose so they feel better about themselves,
But you gotta dominate from the minute you get on that first hole.
Yeah, at least you know they can't sign some contract that's bullshit.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, I hope. I mean, I know how to read well and all that. I didn't go to the Derek Zoolander's, Center for Children Who Can't Read Good and do other things well too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's a good school. I know a couple people that graduated from there, bro.
I think he's a graduate. This
Fuck out of here.
How is people supposed to fit in here? What is this, for ants?
Yo, oh my god.
All right, so how long you been rapping then?
Yeah,
I've been rapping for 8-9 years. I just was like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna buy a recording bundle. I was always lyrically inclined, always musically inclined. I played the cello for like 5 years, and then I stopped when they said you have to actually practice when you don't want to practice. And I said, we talking about practice? And then I stopped because we sit here. I'm supposed to be a franchise player, and we ain't here talking about practice.
Yo, I can't. So you was the best cello player and they bullshit your life, basically.
I was good, and then they're like, yeah, you gotta do this. I'm like, nah, you told me I gotta do this. I'm not doing it no more.
Mm-hmm.
And then, eventually I got into like some extra work in the sense of acting and whatnot. And then I got a role in a My Son music video. I'm like, man, that guy looks familiar.
Oh, wow.
You in a My Son music video?
Yeah, and then Chia Lee, I was like, yo, that guy looks familiar. And then I found out who they were. I started listening to him. I'm like, this is cool shit. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Okay, cool.
Told you, only rules are there are no rules.
No rules.
That's Gucci. So then I started listening to My Son, and I was like, this is cool. My Son the General. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna start rapping. I'm gonna be J Swag the General. J Swag General.
That's not a bad someone to motivate you to rap,
Right.
No, I mean, My Son Lefty got up in the right palm, Mm-hmm. He's hard. I mean, he's true gangster. I'm never claimed to be gangster. I take nothing of gangsterness or whatever the hell I'm supposed to call
Yeah,
this
no street
crap.
cred.
You gotta own who you are.
Dude, I mean, I
that's
like the
what's
menorah
important.
spinning dreidel go hard on a 16, dude.
Facts.
That's what I'm talking about. Yale
Okay.
Hebrew School, age 6 through 12, September to May. I was at Yale on Sundays.
In Hebrew school?
Yeah.
What does that say on the top?
Says my last name. Sheikh.
And bake.
That's
Okay.
it.
Shake and bake. That's it. Shout out to Dylan. That's it.
Yo, you clap. You from Westchester? Want to go to BBQs?
Yo,
Yo, clap your shit. That's
that's
it.
it. That's funny.
All right, so my son was your original inspiration.
Yeah,
What
he's
kept you going?
what really crossed me over the threshold to be like, yo, I'm going to start rapping. And then I took some doll hairs that I had minimal and bought a recording bundle from like musicianfriend.com or whatever, kind of like Guitar Center.
Word.
And then just started recording, and it probably really sucked when I started. Everybody thinks they're, you know, yo, I'm good, yo, listen to my shit. And I heard some old stuff like the other day, and I was like, this is, oh my god, this is terrible.
Some of your old stuff?
Yeah.
But that's
Lyrically, it was fine. It was just like delivery, mixing, and all that.
Yeah.
You gotta trust the process. Kind of go through it a little bit.
Yeah, no, it was special. On my first song, I made like a remix, or I recorded like a remake of "Fitted Hat Low" by Papoose. It was something like that.
Your first song was a Papoose remix.
Yeah, something like
That's
that.
funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Okay.
But then, like, eventually, I made my song trendy, and that is like somehow one of my hits. Like one of my first songs I ever made, and it, like, sounded good. Levels, everything, and the lyrics. I mean, we fly, we trendy. We got our hot ass bitches in our Bentley. Like, people go crazy when they hear that shit.
Yeah, I wish
But I don't own the rights to everything about that song, so like that's kind of one of the problems. But I didn't know what I was doing.
Back then.
Yeah. You weren't familiar with everything, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then, you know, eventually, I opened up for Corey Guns down in Bushwick, Brooklyn. Thanks to AD the General, R.I.P. She just passed away about a week ago. She was in a car crash, and she was awesome. She was like Corey Gunn's manager for non-Young Money stuff, and she had a thing called Elegant Hoodness magazine and kind of music program, and getting unsigned, you know, underground people to get their footing and kind of network and all that stuff. I did a show, 2 shows in her program, one of which was opening up for Corey Guns in Bushwick, Brooklyn. Yes, I drove my you know, suburban ass down to Bushwick, Brooklyn, and parked my car and hoped it would be there when I got back.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
That was great. Yeah, it was great.
How was the reception when you first got on stage? Opening for Corey Guns.
He wasn't even there yet. You know, when he showed up, he was so high. But anyways, man, he looked like Quasimodo. So I started rapping my song "Trendy," and this is the first time I decided to change my pitch when I was rapping to a high level kind of Beastie Boys sound.
Yeah.
Not because I'm Jewish and white, but because that's just, you know, the energy I wanted, like an Eminem sound, you know.
I got you.
And then all of a sudden, the camera phone started flipping up, and then I'm like, this is either really good or really bad. And I think it went really well. And then I got the hell out of there. I opened up for My Son in the Rain Lounge in the Bronx on Broadway. Not Broadway play, but the road, Broadway. And that was cool. Did a couple songs there and met him, and I was like, oh, this person's real. And the night before I did that, I tried out for Christian Dior's rap tour.
Oh, okay.
And Christian Dior showed up right when I was trying out. And they're like, dude, you bad entertaining. I'm like, thank you. But they didn't pick me. But I'm like, alright, whatever. I met him. And he's actually the only reason I knew the venue had changed. So thank God he showed up.
How did that shake?
He was like, man, I like you, man. Yo, J Swag, nice to actually meet you. I'm like, you're real.
Yeah, so you basically that's your would you say that's your rap idol?
Christian Dior is a big and My Son, yeah.
My Son, yeah.
Yeah. No, I love My Son has a remix of Power that destroys Kanye's version. I mean, he's so good. His energy on the mic, his lyrics are great. And he's just like, one of his songs is like, can I call you My Son? No, we ain't cool. I'm like, yeah, that's right. You know, he just has the attitude of like, I'm awesome, I'm gonna be me. And then what's great about him is he helps out the community that he comes from. You know, he's big about that. And at the end of the day, I'm not making rap music so I can be famous and like have a lot of money. Obviously, that'd be great if any one of those things happened. But it's, you know, we struggled coming up. Now, everyone has a different level of struggle, and I get that, depending on where they're from. But like for us, you know, I had a single mother raising 3 kids. We happened to live in Fairfield because my grandmother happened to live in Fairfield, where my mom grew up. We moved into that house when my parents got divorced. It's the only reason we live in Fairfield. If it wasn't for that, who the hell knows where I would be living? And you know, I had the luck of that, and then you know, we didn't have much. You know, my mom did her best, and you know, it's gotten harder recently with, you know, her eventually losing a job and then having to work other jobs, and you know, me with my struggles that I've had. I had really bad Lyme disease that screwed me up mentally and physically, and that's been very difficult to maintain regular employment because of that. So for me, you know, I struggle every day, man. My bars aren't, you know, it's not a jail cell that I'm literally standing in, but it's a mental barrier, a battle every day for me, and it's tough. But, you know, people say, how the hell you get through the day with severe anxiety problems? And I'm like, or how the hell you get on stage? I'm like, dude, that's my drug. Like, that is my drug, absolutely, you know.
What do you, like, I don't know, I know about Lyme disease, but I don't know the mental effect that it has.
No, it's a neurological disorder, so it gave me, like, I never had, I went from 0 to 100 real quick, to quote Drake, with a sense of, like, anxiety problems. You know, I was at school, I was having a good time finally getting used to, like, being away from home, being up at school. At UMass Amherst was my freshman year. And then all of a sudden, I just, like, this isn't me. I didn't feel right. And, you know, I had, like, all these psychosomatic symptoms, which are, you know, you feel like you have physical symptoms, but I guess they're really not there, which is part of anxiety. And my mom, I went home for spring break, and I went back to school, and I just, like, I couldn't be there, but I had to go because I had to go to school. And it was a living goddamn nightmare. Every day I had a running mind with just uncontrollable negative thoughts, like, that made no sense, all out of nowhere. Like, there was no rationale, there was no backing for it, and it was real tough. And eventually my mom's like, this isn't my son anymore, in the sense of how I was acting and thinking, you know, because I was so sad and aggravated and annoyed and what have you. And she's like, test for Lyme, and they did, and I don't know what to do with money with my finance degree, relatively speaking. Maybe not perfectly, but I would take $2 million and go do an investment, you know, portfolio and be okay. Retire from rap. I don't think I could ever stop rhyming.
Oh, okay.
My brain doesn't stop, which is kind of a problem sometimes.
Can be.
But, you know, lyrically, I mean, I'm all about words. And, you know, words are connecting tissues to other people, essentially, you know? Like, it's how you get along, and, like, that's what the world's about, dealing with other people. And if you don't like other people, then live in a hermit shell and you don't use words. So, there you go.
Well, that's one way to go about it.
All right, now I got a question for you. They say life's 3 best teachers are heartbreaks, empty pockets, and failures. If you had to pick one out of those 3 in your life that have influenced you the most, which one would you pick?
The whole bucket of 3? You know, I haven't exactly been the most successful with the ladies, but...
Why is that?
I don't know.
Why do you think that is? Because if you knew, obviously, you just changed it.
I mean, obviously, if I knew it was wrong, I would clearly do something else and try to be better at that. I mean, I haven't failed, but at the end of the day, like, I'm a very unique individual, people tell me, and that's why they either really like me or they're like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Yeah, you got a strong personality.
I mean, I got red shoes on, crazy ass pants that I got at Track 23. Shout out to them at the Trumbull Mall. I got a Pharaoh shirt on, that's sublimation, with a big Juice Star on. You know, I got my camo hat, and I mean, you could say the colors don't match, but the pants and shoes do.
Fair enough.
So and I got Argyle socks. Yeah.
Some ladies might like the whole mismatching colors thing.
But I think it's just that, like, you know, the whole, like, a lot with the ladies is social proof. Like, you know, they look to the friends and they look to the people surrounding them and the people in the area. Like,
we talked about that on this
but
show.
like how you are perceived by other people. And most people are sheep, so they listen to the other sheep and continue to be sheep.
Yep, and he is the #1 shepherd of these females. He is the godfather.
Don't let him lie to you, my guy.
I mean, I read Neil Strauss's The Game, and that was a great book because it's called the Bible because it looks like a Bible. It's got the leather thing with the red strap and the gold outside the thing. And it teaches you two things. How to be an asshole and how to be a good guy, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, unique qualities win. Not being a sheep. Don't go to a herding center and be a damn sheep.
Yeah, so stop following the shepherd.
Don't listen to him. No shepherds around here.
A.B. Shepherd.
Ain't no shepherds in here.
So you learned from Neil Strauss, I learned about Neil Strauss from a classmate because I didn't know anything about Neil Strauss and that whole.
Neither did I. I was just like, oh, what is this book? It looks like a Bible, and it's not in the Bible section.
But isn't it supposed to help with that? So are you still?
I utilized some of that stuff, and it was effective. And I was like, this is stupid. I'm just gonna be me. I mean, I'm dressed hip hop right now, but I either dress GQ or hip hop. Like, I'm either dressed up to the nines or like this. If you ever see me in between and it's not after work, ask me what's wrong. Because I'm all about peacocking, which is another thing from Neil Strauss. I mean, you gotta show the feathers or else no one's gonna see or look at you. And then you be your unique self. I mean, nobody likes copycats. And everybody is a copycat pretty much for the most part, you know? A lot of people are. There's not a lot of unique individuals.
People are lacking originality, you know. No one's going to be themselves, but...
I think you need a rap chick. Like, she'll appreciate your...
and
a chick from the culture.
You have a strong personality. I'm going to tell you this right now. You have a strong personality.
Indubitably.
When you walk in the room, you know, people notice, and some people can't handle that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's because they sit down when they pee.
Yo.
Oh my god, bro. Boy, talk your shit.
Yo, bitches be begging for a sample. I wish. But anyway.
Yo, dog. Yo, this man is different, fam.
Oh my man. So,
who want a sample? We're giving out free samples.
Yo, free samples, dude.
A.B. Shepherd,